Hey guys, Debbie from Resin Hut. So I had a customer ask me if I could do a 6-inch naked lady with the gold around the breast area and around the hips and stomach. And as you know, if you do it with a mold effect, it's very difficult to get it in those specific places because obviously it tends to get shaken about when you're bouncing it and vibrating it and trying to get all the bubbles out, which is a bit of a nightmare. So I thought, what other way could I do it? And I thought, right, the first one I did in stages. So I did about 4 or 5 different stages, and I sort of poured about 70 to 140 ml per time, and I did sort of, I think it was about four sections. I was happy with the outcome. It's come out quite nice. I did put a little bit of the darker gold in with it just to sort of blend it in. And yeah, no bubbles. I was really happy with that, but it took me a long time, guys. I won't lie to you. The second one, I've just literally done it. Now, I did do a video on it and I've just deleted it. The reason why is I wanted to try this in one pour and see if I could get it right. The reason why is you can do an effect on it where you actually paint inside the mold with a brush, and it actually picks it up exactly the same as epoxy resin. Now the colors I used, let me just grab them, are these two here because my customer wanted quite a bright gold, and it's glorious gold and polished gold. Now these I have used in a previous video. You can get them off of Amazon. It's a pack of 8. I will put it again in the link for you to show you. They are a little bit pricey, guys, but you hardly use any, sort of 1 or 2 drops, especially if you're going to be painting a mold, because it does cover a lot of area. So those are the 2 colors I'm using, guys. I might actually bring in just a little bit of the one of the bronzy golds just to give it that conflict of color, but she has specifically said she just wants the gold around the breast and the hip and the tummy area. So I'm going to try this in one go. Now how I'm going to do it is I'm going to open the mold up with a brush, and I'm literally going to paint along the breasts and behind, and again sort of you can judge sort of, obviously these are the legs, that's the little belly button, and then just sort of around the hip areas with the 2 colors with a little bit of the bronze in there as well. I'm going to do that off camera, guys, because it does take quite a lot of time, but basically all you're doing is taking a normal brush. I actually use my X Makeup brushes, which are just standard brushes, quite thick. They do hold quite a bit of the paint, the acrylic paint on it, and I literally just put a little bit on the end of the brushes, soak it in, and then dab it on until I get that effect that I have got sort of here. So without me talking too much, guys, I'm going to do that first. I'll show you the finished product if I can, if by opening the mold. If I don't want to open it up too much, because I've noticed by doing it, it's now sitting and not actually closing how it used to. So the worst case scenario is I do get a line in it, but then I sand it while it's still warm, and that line comes out really quickly. Guys, if you leave it for 24 hours before you do it, you're going to have a nightmare getting that line out of the mold. Out of your statue, or anything that's got a cut in it, obviously to help you take it out. Anyway, guys, I've mixed up 560 of the AC100 Jesmonite, and I know that this leaves a little bit left over because it's enough to do 3 of these little molds here, because I'm in the process of doing key rings kind of like this. So I'm using it for that, and then putting the letters onto it and then covering it with epoxy resin. I'm using the Vista Coty, or Vupa I should say, the Vupa brand, which is the Coty one, just to do the top layer. I'm yet to, obviously I've still got to drill holes. I'll be very busy over the next couple of days because I want to do a market on this coming Sunday, so a week tomorrow. So I have a lot of work to do before I do that. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to get this mixed up. Before I mix it up, obviously, I'm going to do the painting first. I'm going to try it. And the reason why is I quite like this one. It's got, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's got like a almost like a cracked effect, and I absolutely love it. I love everything about this one, but I know that my customer wanted the plain color with the sorry, I get my words out today, guys. She wanted the plain Jesmonite with the gold stripes across the breast and the waist and hips. I'm not sure she's going to like this. I'm going to send her a picture and let her choose which one she wants. I most probably send her a picture of the third one as well, if it comes out without bubbles. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop talking. I'll get this painted up. I'll show you the inside. Hopefully you can see as much as you can. Do the pour, and from there we'll see what the outcome is. So guys, hang tight. I'll be back in a sec. Okay guys, I'm going to try and show you this as much as I can. Let's see if you can see it like that. So as you can see, I've just done a little bit of dabbing with the two different golds around the breasts and the hips. I mean, some of it's blended in across the stomach, but I'm not going to worry about that. It doesn't have to be 100% with sort of a space in between the tummy and the hips, as I do want it to sort of blend. So guys, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get this all lined up, because I didn't line it up properly in my last one. I mean, I had to do a little bit of sanding, but all in all it was fine. So I'm going to get this lined up, taped up, and then I will get back to you with the pouring. So again guys, hold sec and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I've mixed up the 560. I always tend to do this first before I pour it. I've just found it does help bring up all the trap bubbles underneath. But my biggest fear when I do this, with bringing the bubbles to the top and then you're pouring it, you've got to make sure that you squash all those bubbles out before you do that. Otherwise you're pouring all the bubbles to the bottom of the mold. So there's still a few bubbles in there, but I'm going to pour it very slowly and hope, if I do it with the stages, bubbles to the top. I'm just going to pour this around a little bit as well, just to get those bubbles out. There's a few there. Pour some more in. I'm just doing what I did on the last one, but because I'm doing it all in one, I'm hoping that I do love that sort of cracked motley effect, but for this one I don't want that. So I'm hoping that with me doing it in one pour, guys, this is when your hands feel like they're falling off. Who said Jesmonite's not hard work? Right, let's just get that. Oh, I'll tell you something, that's my workout done for the day. I've done this 3 times already. Just stop it a little bit just before the top again. Oh dear, guys, this is definitely hard work, but work that I absolutely love doing. Hopefully all that weight I've put on over the furlough period, I can get rid of it by doing this. let's hope, guys, that that's going to be enough. Just a tad before the top, just to see if I can squeeze out any more bubbles. This is not lined up perfectly again. Never mind. Gosh, that's really making a noise. Vibrating the camera, guys. I'm so sorry. Scoop those bubbles and just do the last layer, because you can't really vibrate too much when you filled it up like that. Guys, I'm not even banging and vibrating anywhere near the same amount of times that I did for the other two. They're definitely coming to the top, that's for sure. Just get rid of them. I'm really hoping that I've managed to get all these bubbles to the top just by pouring it in 3 sections, but still in one pour. I'm sure that makes sense to you guys, what I've just done. Right, guys, I'm going to leave you there because I'm going to carry on doing a little bit more banging for the next sort of 2 to 3 minutes. I didn't use retarder in this, by the way, guys, so I am limited for time before it starts setting on us. But I will be back in about 25 minutes to 30 minutes to get this out, the mold, and let's hope we are bubble free. So, guys, for you, it'll be a sec, for me, 30 minutes. And I'll see you there soon. Right, guys, I'm back. I've just taken the tape off. I'm a little bit worried about this mold not meeting in the middle anymore. I think that's because I've been opening it up way too many times to do painting and experimenting on. It's still rather hot as well. Right. Wow. Okay. Really happy with that. And let's do, apart from obviously the line again, but like I said, guys, very, very quick sand while it's still warm, and that comes out really nicely. Yeah, I would have liked to have had a little bit of more here, but that was right where the line was in the cut, so obviously I didn't get up to that. But overall, I do not see any holes. So I think I've finally got this, guys. Finally. My what's the terminology? Oh, I can never remember that name. My arch enemy. You know, you guys know what I mean. My arch enemy, and I'm sure your arch enemy, is bubbles. I've still got a few little bubbles on the bottom. Really not worried about that. The one thing I will tell you with this, if you are going to be painting onto the mold with these colors, and you do need to sand, just remember that if you do sand, this will come off until you've put your primer over this. So as always, I use the resin protected. I'm a little over cautious, I think. I put 2 to 3 layers of that on, and then after it's dried, the next morning I put on the Clark's stone and concrete over that, just to seal those colors in, because if somebody does come, say, to wipe it down, I don't want these colors coming off on the cloth, because that wouldn't be very good. So guys, I'm going to pretty much quickly give it a sand down. I'm going to do it here. I've actually bought up a 260 grit sandpaper, and I've got my little bucket of water there. I've just got to find my little sandpaper now. I don't know what I've done with it. And then I will pause it while I'm doing that, because I don't think you want to watch me sanding for 5 minutes. and then I'll show you the finished product after I've done the protective on. I won't be able to do the stone because obviously that I'm going to wait until it's completely cool. If it is completely cooled down by that time, I am going to put this on and I'll be able to show you the finished product, as I said, from start to finish. So guys, hang tight and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay guys, so I'm back. Now, I have done 3 coats of the protected. I waited a little while whilst I was doing other things. I've come back, it was lovely and dry, and I've just very lightly put on the Clark's concrete seal on this. I do, however, have some news. I got a few bubbles, and it always seems to be at the join at the top there. So absolutely gutted at that, but they're really small bubbles, and what I've done is I've just painted a little bit of gold on there. I haven't quite finished with it. I might just sand it a little bit more and then just put the wax coat over it again, but overall I'm pretty happy with her. A little bit upset that I did get a few bubbles in there because just disappointing. Arch nemesis, that's the technical term I was looking for earlier. Bubbles are my arch nemesis. Anyway guys, I won't carry on, and also obviously at the bottom, but I never worry about the bottom anymore. What do you guys think? Overall, even though there are a few little bubbles, I'm still very happy with her, and I do think that my customer will be as well. I am going to give her the option of the 2, but out of the 2 I think she most probably choose this one. This is more like a cracked effect, and she didn't really ask for that. So that's it guys. So guys, I hope you found this useful. I hope you found it insightful. If you did guys, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos like this, pop down and put something into the comments post, and I'll be sure to answer and try and do a video next on that. But otherwise, if you'd like to come join us, hit the subscribe button and you'll know when my next video is out. I just want to thank all of you guys really for subscribing. When I started this journey, I did it, like I said, and it still stands. I did it because I wanted to learn and then also have some type of a reference if I needed to go back and check some milliliters or grams, or if I'd made a mistake, I wanted to basically learn from it. And I thought making videos is the best way to do that. Never expected over 170 subscribers. I mean, I was blown away by that. Most people would laugh at that if they've got 50, 60,000. That's not what I'm aiming for. But I'm just grateful, guys, that you have subscribed and you are enjoying the videos. And otherwise, guys, as I always say, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.